All right, guys, so what I wanted to try with you was how to make a snowman and then how to make a snowman in Picasso style. So we know your typical snowman where it's a circle, and a circle, but we're going to give it more of this side view. So we're going to go one, and then we're going to either make it two, a little bit further out, and three if we want. We know his nose would be a side view, kind of like that pie piece we made. And then we might make those little ridges on the carrot. There we go. We know he's got little button eyes. And then we kind of are drawing his face from a side view, so we're seeing it from an angle. If we want to make a scarf, we're going to make this a rectangle, kind of like the bottom of the pie, except it's a little curve to go around his neck. We're going to make a curvy line here and a curvy line here for his scarf. We can make another piece that kind of hangs down straight. And we're going to think about his hat. I kind of went too far up, but that's okay. I'm going to make his hat go right up and off the page. So once we do that, we can consider, what do we want in the distance? We can make a hill in the distance. Maybe there's a tiny little snowman off in the distance and he's waiting for him to visit. Maybe he's wearing the same kind of hat. We could make a moon glowing on our snowman. Maybe it's nighttime, so the moon is asleep. We could make other hills that look like they're coming down. We could definitely do this in snow. If we were in school, I probably would tell you to color this white, and I probably would ask you to use the side of your oil pastel because that would fill in a lot of area at once. So I'm going to do that here. A lot of area at once. A lot of area at once. Here we go. And probably what I would do, I'd do the same thing on the snowman. I would make him all white. And again, you know the old oil pastel watercolor resist technique. I'm going to just show you what I'm going to do with my guy. There we go. Okay. I'm going to get darker toward the edges of his body so that he doesn't look see-through when I use my watercolors. All right, so I did that. Oh, got to do this guy too. And when I take my watercolor and I paint over it, now this brush is not particularly watercolor, but I'm going to just kind of create that watercolor resist. And since it's a little thicker, my brush, you're probably going to see that it's going to look like snow. I will spread that out so it's not so blue. And I'm going to go over it, and it's going to look like the moon is actually reflecting off of the sky is reflecting off of the snow-covered hills. Here we go, a little bit more. Maybe it'll be a little lighter toward the top since it's closer to the light of the moon. Really light up here. There we go. There's my hillside looking blue because it's snow and the moonlight's reflecting off of it. And I could even do that a little bit. Gotta be very careful because of my brush. I could even add a little blue along the edges like the moonlight is creating this shadow on my snowman. Just really light. You want that to be as light as possible, that blue. All right, and I'm going to do my night sky. I think I'm going to make it really purple. I don't know why, but I feel like purple. I probably would have colored my moon in too. Now, we are doing your traditional snowman, but you certainly can think about what if you made a snowman in the style of one of the artists we've learned about. What about Picasso? You know, Picasso likes to mix things up on his faces. Or we could make one in the style of, Salvador Dali. He loves to melt things, so his would look very wonky. The shapes would be very wonky. So that's how I would start. Not loving that I went over the snowman with the blue, so I'm going to just spread it out a little to more like shadow. More like shadow. I'm going to go in and I'm going to give him a nice, delicious carrot nose. There it is. I'll probably go back and add some details in a minute. I'm going to add his beautiful smile, his eyes made out of coal. I'll think about what color I want for his scarf. It might be a beautiful red color scarf. I might mix another color in there. I might make patterns. And you could do this, whatever materials you have. You could do it at the beginning, you could do it at the end. I'm going to blend those colors together. I have a little bit more of a orangey red, red orange. I'm going to blend it in a bit more. I might even add some white highlights on it, like the moon is reflecting, creating a little light on it. And I could add stripes if I want. That's up to you. Oops, I forgot the other side. Can't have that. So that would be a quick and easy snowman where we're getting him sort of a side view, and you could kind of probably figure out, if I were asking you to draw just his head and only part of his body, like what we call a bust, where it's not a full, it's sort of more of a portrait than a full body picture, you could probably figure out how to do it. So you probably would use, first of all, a bigger initial semicircle to start it, and then you probably would be able to fit the hat, and you would basically just see that. You can think about the background, or it could actually fill the whole page. Okay, so give that a whirl.